Okay. So the more we go on, the more we're actually seeing the real Kimmy. Like Rain said, when Kimmy gets mad, it's a different Kimmy altogether. As Delinda. Hey guys, thanks so much for clicking on the video. This is my review for Beauty in Black. This is episode 10 from season 1. Like I said, you getting a new Kimmy. She's really off the chain. She done blew Delinda's head clean off. Clean off. I'm like, all right, Kimmy, whatever you say. Back at the house, they looking for Norman. Okay, Horus is like hell bent. By this time, Olivia's gotten there. They are looking for Norman. Um, Jules ends up talking to Mallory. We finally get Norman. Everybody gets there. There's a bunch of, oh, so the boy ain't really dead. This, that, thing, and the other. You know, a lot of Tyler Perry isms. We had to do a lot of dramatic pauses and things of that nature. But for the most part, everybody's there. We realized that it was somebody else in the car that got messed up, that it wasn't Charles and all of that. Mallory and Jules end up talking and they get to the side and she said to him, can't you find a criminal or something to make this go away? To make it go away. And that was all before they actually found Norman and Norman actually got there. They're like, can't you just find somebody? Just find a junkie or something. Find some kind of criminal and pin it on them. Did all of that. He actually did find this junkie. And by the time they actually had gotten Norman, Norman was there. And then here comes old stupid and got this boy Debo. He'd have got him all hied up. He was just old talky talk. Oh my God. He was telling everything, all hied up, all crazy. He got him all hied up, brought him to the house. But by this time, they're actually all sitting there together. That ridiculous plan literally blew up in their face once Charles had actually come up in there. And then he come in with the junkie. So he didn't actually get the chance to spill what he was actually trying to put on. And he tried to like clean it up and make it look like it was something else. So at that point, I said, Lord, this is a mess. So right then I said, oh, Jules almost exposed herself. That, because see, what I figured out, Jules is working with everybody. Jules is cold-blooded. Jules is working for Horus. Jules is working for Nelson, or Norman. Well, I want to call him Nelson. Norman. He's working for both of the brothers against one another. He working with Mallory and got his own thing going on. Jules is literally like siphoning gas out of a parking lot. Just real cold-blooded. Olivia, because Norman was running, giving, I just got mad and this, that, and the other. She told him, I'm gonna get you. See, the attempt on my child, that's all I needed. The fact that you didn't finish it off, that's your business. The attempt was enough for me. It's to the grave with you and I. Period. Gets out there. They get outside. Mallory tells Jules, that was real good what you did there. The way he spun things and didn't actually expose what they were trying to do because they was getting ready to be messed up. Okay? And she said, yeah, that was good. That was real good. I basically spun that mess about Debo. Okay? So he's like, I'm going to take care of him. I'm going to take care of it. So they're figuring, whatever. And I said, well, that'll be the last we see of him, but wouldn't. Anyway, come to find out, that whole hit on Norman was actually ordered by Mallory and Jules. I said, I never thought for a moment that it was Mallory and Jules that put together that hit on Norman. Because, you know, but it made sense because remember, Olivia had already told you, do not fool with Norman, because Norman, she told them how Norman was before we even got started with this, that he was loose, and she ain't never lied. And all he keeps saying is, my wife is dead. Like, I don't have nothing to live for. My wife is dead. It ain't meant that. Crazy as cat shit. Anyway, then we see this whole thing. Kimmy and Angel, they ride and ride. They get over there to where they at. Angel just driving. He just listens. He listened. He talked too much. He really can't fight or nothing. He just pretty. That's his whole thing. He just pretty. Get over there. He said, well, where we at? At my mother's house. Kimmy rolling on the mother and the boyfriend. Get to arguing with the mother back and forth and carrying on. The boyfriend ends up jumping on her. She'll bust him up with a frying pan. It's going down. There's this commotion going on. Angel busts in because the boyfriend start getting Kimmy. The mother, of course, ain't helping. Busts in, and got the gun on him. And she says, shoot him, Angel, shoot him. And Angel just sitting there looking crazy. Talking about, come on, Kimmy, let's go. And the whole thing, he claimed he bought the car. She said, I noticed she sold my sister to Body and them and Jules and all of them because she got a brand new car. That's what she went in there and went off. She said, boyfriend told her he bought the car. And she told him when she was on her way out, she said, I'm going to get you. I promise you, I'm going to get you. I'm going to get you. I said, okay. Went on out of there. That was that. The commotion was crazy. I thought Angel was really going to shoot him, but he didn't. He didn't. And that mother is too much. And then, you know, he was actually violating the sister. And then the mother sold her on then too. It's literally human trafficking is what it is. Let's go over here with Horus. Horus got this judge and brought this judge in there. There's this judge that has been working with Norman, okay? And he ends up spilling the beans about everything. Norman, it's everything about the club. Horus never actually realized that the club actually belonged to Norman and that he basically was laundering money through the club, siphoning it off of Beauty and Black and laundering it and cleaning it up through the club. And here it is, he's going in the club and all of this, and Charles is going in the club, and none of them actually know that it's Norman who actually owns the club and that Jules and all of them work for Norman. A mess, a whole mess. And yeah, and it's kind of weird because they never actually ran into Jules because Jules never be at the club. Jules don't be at the club during operating hours. So I said, that makes sense. But this whole homoerotic craziness that goes on and how he just emasculates the men. Tyler, you something else, honey. When he's sitting there and the judge is sitting there lying to him, tell him, oh no, it's not this, oh no, it's not that. And he made him put that dynamite in his mouth. I said, why is you making that man put that stick of dynamite in his mouth? I said, oh my God. And then he ended up stabbing him in the hand, giving that whole New Jack City type situation. I said, okay. He told him, you should be glad I didn't kill you because I know you lying to me. And he came on, and he ended up telling, he told the business. By this time, they'd have found that Delinda is gone, that she's terrible. She's all tore up. And they figure out it was Kimmy. So at this point, now you got Jules looking for Kimmy. Don't really realize that Angel's with her, but they're looking for Kimmy. They want Kimmy. Kimmy, it's an issue. It is an issue, and they want Kimmy, okay? So that's where the hunt for Kimmy starts. Now we got Varney talking to Horus. Horus actually sits with Varney, and he gets to telling him, you really need to figure out a way for me to find the loophole in this contract and the will and all of that about the money and the company. He said, I don't like my sons. I don't care for neither one of them. We all know he's very homophobic, is why he really don't like Charles. And then, which is crazy because he's down low his goddamn self. And he just don't like Roy. He just think Roy is just useless. And he told Varney that Roy literally would be, if things weren't like they were and he didn't have Mallory as a wife, you know he likes Mallory. And the only reason why he likes Mallory is because gay men always love a woman that's all thoroughly, they love a Barbie doll. And that's all Mallory is. He just don't know she's a vicious Barbie. She's villain Barbie, okay? He don't know. He thinks she just looked pretty dressed up, but he don't know what he got. She's vicious. She's like Catwoman. So Roy would be sucking for a fix or just because if it wasn't for Mallory. Said, you need to get me out of this whole situation from up underneath the guise of this stuff. Because he said, and I can't have my shares go to my sons. I just ain't gonna have that. I just am not gonna have them get rich off of me. Now, keep in mind, we all know that he knows he's sick. He knows that sometime he's going to expire. He needs to find some way, some loophole to get from up underneath it where his shares of things do not go to his sons. He do not want to leave the money to them. And you know he hates Olivia as well. And he told him, he said, there really is no way out of it too much unless you take a wife. He said, if you take a wife, then you have that. And right away I said, I wonder if he gonna try to make Kimmy be his wife because he thinks that she's so good. Like he's so dead set that Kimmy is a good person. And he trusts Kimmy. So I said, I wonder if that's what's actually going to happen. But, you know, that's me in my writer hat. So we'll see. We will see. But Kimmy is, you know, Kimmy like as vicious as the rest of them, you know, when you get down to it. So in the midst of all this, Jules finds out that Body done got bodied as well. And they said, it's Kimmy. All of this got Kimmy written all over it. Baby, he said, Kimmy done killed my 2 bottle bitches. Oh, I'm going to get her. Y'all, bring her to me. I'm going to get her. Okay? I was like, oh, God. And this is actually where episode 10 left out. We got Varney running around trying to figure out a loophole in the actual contracts. We got Kimmy. They're all in pursuit of Kimmy. And child, now we got, it looks like a little battle between Olivia and Norman, and it's just really sticky at this point. So that's that. Just hang on. A lot of information, and I noticed that a lot of these upcoming episodes are not like a full hour. They're like, some of them are like 30 minutes and some are like 40 minutes. But if it's anything like this episode, we're fine because it's like jam-packed with stuff. So pretty good. I'm gonna say this is Tyler, you're doing pretty good. There's a lot of legalese being thrown around, but I'm being able to keep up with it. So it's very, very interesting. And I also wonder what's going to happen if he ever finds out about Varney and Charles, because remember, Jules actually has an idea about Charles and Varney, but he ain't said nothing. Guess we got to wait and see. All right, y'all. I'll catch y'all in the next episode. Later.